Hi guys, my name's Anna. I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about the tech that you're going to see here in the demo. So you might remember yesterday at the keynote, Hugo was talking about Oculus Insight. That is our computer vision technology. It's the magic behind Oculus Quest, our inside-out tracking. So when we went from Rift, which was outside in, you had sensors looking at you on the headset and the controllers to determine where they are in 3D space. When we did inside out, we put cameras on the headset itself, right? That's the whole premise of inside out, is to use these sensors to identify the world around you and where you are in 3D space, in 6 degrees of freedom motion. As we did that, we had the opportunity to start getting a little bit more intelligent about the world around us, and that's what we're showing off in the demo here today. So Michael Abrash yesterday was looking back at the last 5 years of tech. Here, this is the innovation zone. We're looking forward into the future. Some stuff that's unreleased, we're still working on, but you're going to get to see it in the demo here today. So one of those things is body presence. So when you look down in the game, you're going to see an avatar of your full body. That's using the camera sensors on the headset to identify your corporal manifestation and represent that in the VR world. We're also going to show you some mixed reality. So as you put the headset on, you're going to see a black and white rendering, a line drawing of your actual physical world before we drop you into VR. Now, when the Quest ships, it's going to support room scale play spaces, 5 by 5 meter type spaces. But the Oculus Insight team is always trying to push our tech to the max. That's what we're doing here in the innovation zone. And so we're going to have you play in a 4,000 square foot arena behind me here. To get that to work, we had to make sure that the locations are shared between all the headsets, so they're all playing within the same map. We're also sharing that same location to the iPad that you see walking around here. And that iPad is actually tracking in 6 degrees of freedom using the same Oculus Insight 6-DoF tracking technology, using one single camera, just like we do with all 4 on the headset. So as he's moving around the iPad, it's actually tracking in the virtual world, creating a window into VR, or like a spectator view into the game. And that's all, exactly, that's displayed on the screens out there. That's just a regular iPad with Oculus Insight running on it. So, go ahead.
Do you need the multiple people to be all tracking the entire, and that's how you get the map of the area, or can you track it with just one headset?
Great question. So for this particular demo, we mapped the whole space once and are sharing that map between the headsets. When you use your regular Oculus Quest product, when you put it on, you're going to set up Guardian, and that's going to create a map of your environment and your safety net, your safety zone. You can do that 5 times for 5 different play spaces. And then the next time you put on the headset, it's going to recognize where you are, so you can go ahead and start playing. So it'll do that dynamically.
If someone moved one of the boxes, does it recognize the new position of the box?
For this particular demo, it's not going to recognize the move of the boxes. We've kind of mapped the virtual boxes to the physical spaces, so it's not adaptive in real time.
Can someone walk around the entire area and they're tracked correctly?
Absolutely. So there are no sensors in this play space. It's using all inside-out tracking. So wherever you go, the cameras are recognizing the features around them to understand where they are in the 3D space.
Does this work in all lighting conditions, in absolute darkness?
Great question. So again, we're using camera sensors, right? If you turn off all the lights, there's no input for those sensors. What we do then is you lose 6-DoF, but you fall back to 3 degrees of freedom. So you still have recognition of how you move the headset in pitch, roll, and yaw, but you can no longer travel. So we won't let you play in dark spaces. We don't want you to run around and hit something because we don't know how far you've gone. You've lost 6-DoF when the lights are off.
Is it too bright outside to play, or would it work?
We are not going to support outside, especially when we launch Quest. Primarily, the brightness is not so much the issue as the ability to be able to track in wide open spaces without ceilings. Again, that's why 5 meter by 5 meter is kind of the supported environment, because the sensors really are using features of your play space. So it's going to use the camera, the picture frames in your room, the vases, the furniture, the carpet, to identify unique features and understand where it is and the distance between them.
Windows that are lit if it's daylight outside, that light coming in from a window, would that track properly too?
That should not cause issues. Yeah.
Say the max play space was when it launches 5 by 5.
We're looking at 5x5. Again, those specs are like to be determined, but that's the kind of whereabouts that you're looking at. So I'll let the safety team give you a briefing, and then I can answer more tech questions later on.
Real quick before we jump in there, we are on teams of 3 on opposite ends of the arena, so you will be shooting at each other. Please be aware we are highly discouraging any running, jumping, diving, or crawling. This is for your own safety. You're completely untethered, so the temptation is going to be there. Be aware that obstacles that you see inside the game are actual physical barriers in real life. Do not try and run through any of these ghosts that you see running around. These are your dead teammates. That will not end well. As you're roaming about your area, if a blue grid pops up, that is an indicator of a wall or a boundary to the arena. So take a couple steps back, it will disappear. Go ahead and get back into the game.
Would I be able to walk across the...
No. Fortunately, you cannot move across the arena because when you die, you are invisible to the other team. So as a safety precaution, you appear as a ghost to your teammates, but you're invisible to the other team, in which case we do need to keep you on opposite ends of the arena. If you do cross the train tracks, you die in the game.
Thanks.
Let's see, what else? To respawn, you can either pick up a special weapon that is only visible to you when you are in ghost form. You can draw your weapons with the grip button, or you can just wait 10 seconds and you'll respawn. Automatic reloading, you don't need to worry about that. The controls are very intuitive. Draw is the grip button, hold that down. Fire is the trigger, again, intuitive. If you want to have a peek into the mixed reality, like what you'll see when you first get the headset on, go ahead and hit the A button, and you will get that black and white sketch. All right?
All right. If you guys can stand up and then go ahead and scan your badges, we're ready to get on in there and head on to the arena.